Good day, Royal Watchers! Before we unpack these absolutely mind-blowing numbers, do yourself a massive favor and subscribe to Danish News Daily. Then smash that notifications bell, because when Danish royalty makes history like this, you want to be first to know. All right, let's talk about what just happened, because these poll numbers are so ridiculously good they almost seem fake. King Frederik is sitting at 87% approval. 87! Queen Mary is right behind him at 85%. And here's the kicker that'll blow your mind. 72% of Danes want to keep the monarchy. In an era where royals worldwide are getting absolutely roasted and republicanism is trending like wildfire, Denmark just said, "Nah, we're good, thanks," in the most spectacular way possible. Now, let's put this into perspective, because these aren't just good numbers. These are politicians would sell their souls for these ratings numbers. For context, most modern democratic leaders would throw a party if they hit 50% approval. Fredrik and Mary aren't just popular, they're operating at levels that make other world leaders weep into their morning coffee. It's like they've cracked some secret code to public adoration, and honestly, every other monarchy should be taking notes furiously. But here's where it gets really interesting. Fredrik and Mary have only been on the throne for just over 2 years. 2 years! Most monarchs spend decades building this kind of rapport with their people. These two walked into the job in January 2024 and immediately started breaking records like they were born for it, which technically Fredrik was. But Mary? She's an Australian commoner who married into this circus and somehow became more beloved than people who've had Royal Highness attached to their names since birth. That's not luck, that's pure talent. Let's break down why these numbers are so phenomenally high, because it's not just about wearing nice clothes and waving at people, though they do that brilliantly too. Fredrik and Mary have managed to strike this perfect balance between being relatable and being royal. They're not so distant that people can't connect with them, but they're not so casual that the mystique disappears. It's like they found the Goldilocks zone of modern monarchy. Not too stuffy, not too informal, just absolutely perfect. The 72% support for keeping the monarchy is particularly fascinating, because that's not just people saying they like Fredrik and Mary personally. That's Danes collectively deciding that the entire institution of monarchy is worth preserving. In 2026, when half the world is questioning whether royal families are outdated relics, Denmark is standing firm and saying, "Our monarchy works actually, and we're keeping it, thank you very much." That's a referendum on the institution itself, and it's overwhelmingly positive. Now, let's compare this to other European monarchies for a moment, shall we? The British royal family has been lurching from crisis to crisis, like a soap opera on steroids. Spain's royals have faced scandal after scandal. Sweden's monarchy gets regular Republican challenges. And then there's Denmark, just casually cruising along with approval ratings that would make any politician jealous, and public support that's rock solid. It's almost embarrassing for everyone else. But what's really driving these numbers? It's the authenticity. Fredrik and Mary don't feel manufactured or overly managed. When Fredrik tears up talking about his mother's abdication, it feels genuine. When Mary engages with people at events, it doesn't seem rehearsed. They've managed to be human without losing the royal mystique, and that's incredibly difficult to pull off. It's like watching someone walk a tightrope while making it look effortless. The timing of this poll is also significant. We're living in times of global uncertainty, political polarization, and constant change. Having a monarchy that provides stability, continuity, and national identity becomes even more valuable when everything else feels chaotic. Fredrik and Mary aren't just popular because they're charming. They're popular because they represent something constant in a world that won't stop spinning. What's perhaps most impressive is that these numbers aren't inflated by crisis or tragedy. Sometimes royals get sympathy bumps in popularity when something terrible happens. But this is just steady, consistent, earned popularity. Frederick and Mary are winning on merit, not circumstance, and that's the most sustainable kind of public support you can have. The message is crystal clear. Denmark absolutely adores its king and queen, and the monarchy is going nowhere. These aren't just approval ratings, they're a national love letter to Frederick and Mary, written in percentages that other royals can only dream about. Thanks for watching. Long live the king and queen.